Have you ever wondered why anyone would eat a meat-only diet to become healthier when the rest of the world is obsessed with eating fruits and vegetables? If that question ever perplexed you, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Hampton, and I'm on a mission to help you achieve metabolic health. And today I have a friend, a new friend, Joey Schwartz of the Carnivore Camaraderie YouTube channel. And Joey is here to share some of the research he's done as relates to the carnivore diet. And Joy, for so many people who have not researched the carnivore diet, they think that that is a crazy way to eat. So I'm curious why you've become so comfortable with a carnivore diet and what you would say to those who question it.
So I became comfortable with carnivore because I researched it so much. I had to be sure before I started. And I did be especially sure because my mom's a nutritionist and there's a large concern for health that's just ubiquitous in my whole family. And they would have been so worried if I didn't have my facts. So I needed to make sure I knew what I was doing before I started, which is why I was able to do carnivore without having to face much backlash, because anything they threw at me, I would just deflect right back at them. I feel comfortable with carnivore because I know what plants do. Like I know what vegetables do. And I had started doing meat and fruit. I stopped doing that. So like the first thing that I realized was grains are bad. I did keto. The next thing I realized was, well, vegetables are bad too. I did meat and fruit. Then I realized, well, fructose is not a good thing either. I mean, that produces more AGEs than glucose does. Fructose is pretty aging, and it's definitely not something to have year round. Then I did only meat because I've just basically come to the conclusion that the food most suitable for humans, maybe the only food that's suitable for humans, at least as the major constituent to the human diet, is going to be meat.
Wow. And so that's crazy. So, for most people saying that's the most logical way to eat, that probably throws them off. And they would say, well, you need phytonutrients and you need your fiber. What would you say to people who would question that?
Yeah. So phytonutrients are toxins. They're good for the plant. They benefit the plant because they keep the plant alive because they don't want to be eaten, but they're toxic for us as they're supposed to be, right? I mean, if a plant, everything in nature wants to survive, everything wants to live. So the way the vegetable lives is by having defense mechanisms in place to dissuade the human from eating it. And the way the fruit survives is by having something eat it that germinates its seeds. The way humans survive is by not eating the toxic stuff, eating the good stuff, the meat, and then reproducing, procreating. That everything in nature wants to survive. And by eating vegetables, we're completely going against that instinct. We're completely defying nature. And then for fiber, we're not herbivores. We're not gorillas. We can't convert fiber into enough short chain fatty acids to be a good, adequate energy source. We need ketones. We need to burn fat. And fiber is just, it's not easily digestible. It just stresses the bowels and makes for larger bowel movements. It's implicated in diverticulitis. It's associated with some cancers because the human body is simply not supposed to be consuming all this fiber. It's not ancestrally appropriate at all.
Yeah, well, thank you for mentioning short chain fatty acids. That one hits home for me because I couldn't figure out why is it that when I did a low carb diet and then keto and ketovore, et cetera, why is it that I didn't eat the probiotics anymore? And then I learned that, I'm giving myself butyrate. I'm giving myself the short chain fatty acids. And that's what the healthy bacteria is doing. So why rely on the bacteria when I can just do it through my diet? So for anybody listening, these are great tips, talking points to help you understand you don't need fiber. You don't need to worry about your microbiome and all those things, because if you eat this way, you'll have a healthy intestinal system. So Joy, I appreciate you, coming and kind of introducing yourself to my audience. And just as importantly, I appreciate you joining me on the Protecting Your Nest podcast. I'll make sure that you guys have a link to that episode where we go a little deeper and learn more about Joey and his journey towards metabolic health. So I hope you like and subscribe this video. And until the next video, continue to be safe, be well, and continue to protect your nest.